Hello, everyone. Starting this a little early, probably about 10 minutes early, but if I can, I'm going to do it. So let's jump into the last 10 days of August, which we're going to be looking at. So this is from the 21st to the 31st of August for all signs. Remember, these readings are going to be for your sun, moon, ascendant, and Venus. Why do you want to listen to all four? Your ascendant's going to give you the big picture. Your sun's going to be related to your career and purpose. Your moon is going to speak more to your home life, personal life. Family. Venus will perhaps speak to particular relationships or your money. Okay? So I always like to listen to at least my sun, moon, and ascendant because I find there are always layers to the story, right? You don't have just one story going on in your life. You have layers of stories. And I found my moon to be very relevant to things more pertaining to my home life, family, or anything that's kind of connected to things that are very personal to me. Usually my sun does tend to be much more related to my business, my career, my big goals, and then the ascendant can be everything, right? So, okay, a couple things we need to kind of go over here astrologically because we are in a big culmination. We have I think this is our last lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is big. This is eclipse season, usually lasts about 18 and a half months, and usually comes back around every 18 and a half years. Okay, so the North Node is now no longer in Pisces. It is in Aquarius, but is at 29 degrees. Therefore, it is an out of sign eclipse. The North Node is only 5 degrees, less than 5 degrees, I believe, away from the moon. So this is a pretty darn close to full lunar eclipse. Here's what makes it very interesting, okay, is not only is this a final kind of culmination and ending, because lunar eclipses are always about endings, culminations, like closing of a story, perhaps. Sometimes it can be something leaving your life, but not necessarily. It could just be closing the chapter, closing out something for that level that allows you to go to the next thing. Okay. So, this is the last time, because the nodes are out of Pisces. I want you to think about the fact that for the last 23 years or so, Pisces has had a lot of the outer planets consistently in it. So Uranus was there first, and Uranus was there for about 7 years or so. Neptune then moved in and has been in Pisces. Then Saturn moved in as well while the North Node moved in, and then Saturn left earlier this year for good, and the North Node has now left. So whatever house Pisces occupies in your chart, it's finally getting a breather. Okay. If you've had a lot going on in this house, it's finally getting a breather. So that's been a story that's been ongoing where there's been a lot of change, or initially disruption, and then a lot of stuff with like illusions and fantasies and what's true, what's not true. And then Saturn coming in to do a lot of like maturation and restriction and slowing things down, needing to get things built, like all that kind. And then the North Node really leaning into things that are not your normal, not inside your comfort zone, right? Wanting you to lean into areas that you're not used to leaning into when it comes to your Pisces house. So you're going to get a breather. All my Pisces, you must be feeling a huge surge of relief because that would be your first house. Okay. And for my Virgos, your relationship house is finally getting a breather. So that's kind of nice. Now, let's talk a little bit more about this lunar eclipse for all of you. Pisces is the sign of oneness, connection to all. It is about limitless possibilities. It is about dreams. It's about awakening. It's about meditation, healing. far and away, distant places, beaches, shores, hospitals, prisons, retreats, medicine, pharmaceuticals, plant medicine. It covers all. It's also about like your deep. Pisces can sometimes refer to your deepest fears, but also your hidden potential. Okay, your hidden purpose, because Pisces typically rules 12th house properties. Now, something about this is coming to a close. However, very interestingly enough, something in your life in this house has been taking a long time to complete. Okay, a long, 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 long time. It's likely created some difficulty in your life. It's been harder than it needed to be, probably from your perspective. It's about to get a relief. Okay, there's something really nice about this lunar eclipse in the sense that Jupiter, the ruler of Pisces traditionally, is in a trine to Saturn so Jupiter in Leo trining Saturn in Aries. So it's kind of bringing in some help. It's bringing in some relief. It's bringing in some help from above. So like maybe some optimism, maybe some expansion, but more so it's like a blessing, okay? Some kind of protection for you. And it's going to relieve something there so that it's no longer hard, and it's going to really bring in this culmination or ending or closing out thing for you. Now, the issue with this particular full moon eclipse is that it is square to Uranus in Gemini. So there's going to be something surprising that's going to be going on here. Uranus in Gemini rules our conversations, our ideas, information. It also rules neighbors, your local community, siblings. It also Gemini represents science, technology, the internet, social media, courses, like mini courses, sales, commerce, that sort of thing. So something is going to be like, there's going to be a surprise from that area, Gemini, that's going to create some sort of action towards this full moon. So could be a good surprise. I don't know. Uranus is still in it's a wide sextile. So sextiles, you really want them to be a little tighter, but, there is still some energy coming in here from Neptune that is positive and Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces. So Neptune having a sextile to Uranus, and also Uranus is in a trine to Pluto. So there's some interesting possibilities here where the surprise could be good. I get the sense that whatever it is, the end result is going to be a relief. So it may start off as like, oh crap, but then like, oh, okay, finally I know how to move forward now, So you might be getting some missing information, needed information, or a conversation that really helps turn things around potentially. Keep that in mind. Now, I will say, for all my Cancers out there, well, before I go into the Cancers, the people that are going to love this full moon are my Cancers and my Scorpios for sure, but also Capricorns and Taurus. Especially if you have any planets or angles in the early degrees of those 4 signs. Okay, meaning degrees 1 to 7. You're gonna definitely feel that in a very more positive way. But just even sign wise, if you've got planets, it's gonna be a nice sign, trine or sextile to you. Obviously, anyone who's a Pisces, a Gemini, a Virgo, or a Sag, especially the earlier degrees of those signs, you guys are gonna you're gonna feel this one quite a bit. Now, the one thing I do want to say about this eclipse is Sun is conjunct Mercury, or Mercury had just finished going through a conjunction. It's coming out of the Sun's rays. So again, there is enlightenment of, information, something becomes really clear. Something that may have been out of focus suddenly comes into focus. The details that were a little hazy are now kind of there. So that's all going to be coming through with this particular eclipse. Moving forward to my Cancers, this is just a little forewarning, and obviously next it will be Leos, but guys, know your ascendant. If you know your ascendant, that represents your body, okay? In many ways. It's your avatar. Your ascendant or rising. So as a Cancer, as soon as Mars went into my sign, I knew I had to be careful because you will be accident prone. You will cut yourself, burn yourself, scrape yourself, cut, like all those things can happen. Okay. You're just accident prone. And I have already experienced a couple of accidents, just out of nowhere, just, not thinking. I've got a huge scrape and bruise on my butt from falling on a stool that like scraped. Like it just looks like it's just awful. It's like dark, dark purple. My boyfriend just burned his hand this morning. He's a Cancer ascendant as well. He also cut his arm the other day, just trying to pull a pillow out of the sofa. Like, just be careful. Mars in Cancer, to all my Cancers. And anytime Mars enters your ascendant sign, always beware for 6 weeks. You're going to become more accident prone. Is there anything else that I want to say about the astrology? I don't think so. Let me just say hello to everyone. Mudrak, hello. MMW, good to see you. Melanie, hello from Australia. Dennis, good to see you. MJ, hello. And Kathy, yay. Okay, now I promised this on my last video. If you haven't checked out the podcast from this week, great psychic. She's fantastic. Allison, Carmony. Wow, psychic medium. If you guys are looking for someone you want a reading, she's definitely your girl. She gave very specific details. She did a reading for me, which I didn't really need the reading for me, but she wanted to do that to connect to me first. I wanted her to do the reading for my fiance because he had lost a very close friend recently last month, and he's been kind of going through it. So she did a reading for him. And if you want to see how accurate her details are on connecting to someone who's passed, holy crap. I didn't tell her anything. All I said was he's lost a close friend recently. If you could tune into him and there's some messages, I know it'd be very helpful to him. Wow, she nailed it. Nailed it. Very, very specific things. I will say she gave me a reading after we went off the air. There were certain things that she said to me that were very, very accurate as well. So she's good. She's going to give you very particular details. Now, I also put out a video on Wednesday about a mushroom journey I recently did where I got a spontaneous, unexpected healing on my body. Totally wasn't expecting it. All my intention was to connect to magic. I will say that I was receiving a neck realignment. And I think in that video, I told you that my numbness in my finger that has been there for 3 to 4 months consistently every day, have not been able to get rid of it, was relieved right away. And it hasn't come back. In fact, I will say I was at the gym this morning and I was doing a chest press, which I haven't been able to do on my right side for months because I have no strength. Like the nerve that was being pinched was innervating this muscle. And I could barely like push on it. So I just wasn't working that out. I wasn't doing that exercise. This morning, I went to go try it, full strength. So wild healings. They worked on my thyroid, did some lower abdomen work that is also, the pain's gone. So this has been like really cool. And as the week's been gone, more stuff's been clearing from my throat. So if you haven't listened to that, one's kind of cool to listen to, but as I mentioned, there was a dream I had, and I'm going to talk about the dream really quickly, and then we'll get into all signs. This is why I wanted to start a little earlier, because there's a little bit going on here. Now, last weekend, I had a dream, because we have the 3-day 180 retreat coming up in like 4 weeks. And one of you reached out to me in my dream state to tell me you wanted to come. So I don't know if you're looking for a sign. I don't know if you're waiting for the right sign to say yes or what. So I'm just going to say, I saw your face very clearly. You have longer, dark hair. You are a female. I'm not going to call your name out on here because I won't do that. I don't think that's right. But you did give me very specific detail that you're going to understand this. Your mother has a birthday in the last half of August. So if that is you and you've been thinking about wanting to come to the retreat, I think you should, because your higher self reached out to me in the dream state to tell me that you were going to come and you're coming. So, there are 2 beds left, okay, out of 10. So if you want to, jump in, join us, we'd love to have you there. And if you are not that description, but you're still thinking of wanting to come, this is the magic that happens at the retreat. In fact, Pamela got a psychic reading the other day, and the psychic didn't know anything about me or what we were doing. And the things that she started sharing about what's going to be happening at the retreat and beyond it gave me instant full body chills. So if you're ready to perhaps it's needing something to shift in your life. You need change. You just don't know exactly what it is, or maybe you do, but you don't know how. You don't know what your next steps are. This is the container for you. We have so many special things that we're going to be doing at this retreat, some for the very first time. And of course, other things that we've done before. But obviously the journey, the plant medicine journey, is very powerful. I've become extremely well acquainted with using these types of journeys to not just clear blocks, not to just get major healings, but to see what are the next steps without a shadow of a doubt, while rewiring you to take those next steps, so that it's not just something you experience at the retreat and then you go home and everything goes back to normal. It's not like that. So this can be a very powerful time for you if that's the case. So the link is in the description below if you want to apply, fill out the application to come. We'd love to have you there. It's going to be very magical. Very, very magical. And with all of that being said, I think that's it. So let's jump into fire signs. You guys are first: Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. So fire signs, let's find out what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge. I'm glad you love the podcast. Thank you. Okay. That's your main theme. And what is the potential challenge, fire signs? What is the potential challenge? What is the potential challenge for my fire signs? OMG, you had a dream about your mother. You don't have long dark hair though. Okay. Let me put that there. Okay. Well, fire signs, very interesting. The main theme of your reading is illumination, expression, positivity, joy, and inspiration. Especially for my Leos. Well, Leos You've got Jupiter in your sign, Aries and Sagittarius. You are in a nice trine to Jupiter. And especially now with Jupiter trining Saturn for my Aries in there, it's kind of helping out having Saturn in there. It's really kind of feeding something you've been working at or going through. So the main theme of your reading is like really there's something you're trying to either create or express, or maybe it's reconnecting to joy in something positive. You could have been going through a really difficult time, or just struggling, finding it hard to perhaps move beyond something. The challenge for you is inspirational creation. So very interesting. Alchemy, the elements, and innovation. So I don't know if you're trying to start something new. I don't know if there's something new you're trying to get off the ground. Perhaps it is something that involves working with the elements or some kind of transformational energy, trying to, could be some kind of healing as well with alchemy being in there. But really, like, this is creating from a place where you are genuinely inspired. You're not just creating to create. Like, this is truly what your soul wants, right? And so that's been the challenge for you for whatever reasons. Let's go into the tarot and see how this is kind of showing up for you. Let's go look into your past. Hey, Galway girl, good to see you. And Dee Carlson, hello. All right, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. We have the Death card in reverse. And we have the Page of Cups. Coming into the current energies for my fire signs. Whew, we have the Tower. I told you. Well, I think we're all going to kind of be seeing towers with Uranus shaking up this lunar eclipse. So not really surprised by that. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse. And then we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Coming into the future energies for my fire signs. Nice. We have the Knight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Overall energy, the Hangman in reverse with the Empress upright. You are absolutely getting a shake up here, fire signs, in a sense of how you're seeing the world, how you're seeing a situation, how you're seeing maybe yourself, someone else, I don't know. But the Hangman is also like, this is about like perhaps there's been a pause and it's time to come out of that pause. I'm definitely seeing that coming up in your future here. I think something's going to shift for you over this next eclipse period. So keep an eye out. But this is really about, like, with the Empress here. Okay, this is really about what it is that you feel so in love with, connected to, that like expands you, that makes you feel abundant inside, that makes you want to, like, again, we've got a lot of creative energies here. So what are you trying to give birth to that perhaps hasn't fully been able to, fully been birthed into manifestation fully? Something's going to shift here in the way that you're seeing things perspective wise, for sure. And maybe you need to see things in a different way. And that's what this lunar eclipse could be doing for you. Now I'm seeing the 10 of Cups in reverse, the Death card in reverse, and then the Page of Cups. So, there could have been a struggle or an ending to something within your, what you thought was supposed to be like your, how do I say this? Like your story of happiness. Okay. So, either you're healing from something, so that you can start something new, or there's been maybe a disruption with in your home life, family life, to some degree, or anything that really speaks to the big dream, okay? The thing that like you're like, oh, yes, this is what I want. Because this is also about your wishes and your hopes and dreams. So it would be the culmination of that. But it's either been like slowed down, paused, or there's been a disruption of some kind there. Now, the death card in reverse is also telling me that you've been struggling to like let something fully end. You've been struggling to let go of something, let something perhaps transform into something new, maybe take on a different shape. So the other thing though is I am seeing beginning energies, newer energies, younger energies when it comes to your dreams and wants and desires. For some of you, this might be about a child, but it's really like a newer energy around like your hopes, your dreams, your desires, what it is that you want. So it does feel like there is an ending or something in the idea of how it was is kind of coming to a close or trying to close it out fully so that you can move into this newer opportunity or dream or something here. And again, the cups energy is very much about your emotions. It's your intuition. It is about creative expression too, in many ways. Now coming into your current energies, you have the Tower, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So, full stop. Something is going to come to a full stop. Usually, like Eight of Wands in reverse is kind of like that for me, but there's a shakeup. Okay, the Tower is bringing in something unexpected. It's either there's instability coming in here, or for some of you, this could be a breakthrough, but perhaps you need a shakeup first before you get the breakthrough. The Eight of Wands. Now, look, for some of you, this could be something that was moving quickly, perhaps needs like pause for a second. Let's look at this differently. Something has happened, right? With this Tower card coming in. Ooh, before we move forward, we need to take care of something. That could be what's coming in here, because you don't want to move forward and set yourself up for failure. With the Six of Wands here in reverse, this could be something that maybe hits you hard, where your initial reaction is going to be like, ugh, why is this happening to me? Like this is either slowing me down or it's throwing a wrench into my plans. But it may not necessarily be the case, like it may be actually a form of early protection from something much bigger. Fix a small problem now so you don't have to deal with worse problems down the road. On the other hand, for some of you, I am seeing that you're not feeling appreciated. Okay. You're not feeling appreciated. And I do get the sense that there's going to be a halt in communication, perhaps with you and someone else. And it would be to shift the parameters of the situation, the relationship, something. The circumstances, perhaps. Now, going into the future energies, we have the Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the 10 of Wands in reverse. So I do see there is going to be some spontaneous action being taken. In fact, it's excited. It might even be, for some of you, quite optimistic. There's a surge of, okay, I'm motivated. I can do this. You might be also getting some help coming in with the Knight. Sometimes someone's coming in to help move things along. So you might be experiencing that. And I feel like something where you felt like, oh, if this happens, then everything's going to finally be shifting and changing. It feels like there's a return to that. So where that has maybe slowed down, where that hasn't been moving as much, I think they're going to start to feel the tides turn, and something very, very heavy is finally on its way out with the 10 of Wands here in reverse. Something you've been dealing with for a very long time, something that has been weighing on you, that has made things harder than you would like them to be, is finally going to be not so hard anymore. Okay, so let's take let's look at some clarifiers here for the Hangman in reverse for my fire signs. All right, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. And the Eight of Cups. You are realizing it is time to move on. Okay, now moving on, meaning like you can't keep looking at what negative things may come from this. You have to be focusing on, okay, there's only so much I can control. I am feeling my soul pulling me towards this. So you're going to get some sort of perspective shift. You're going to see something in a way you haven't seen it yet. And that's going to help you shift, because truly this is about something that really fills you, like expands you, makes you feel full and full of life, and makes you just even like feel like an eternal yes to creation of whatever it is that you want to create. Because remember, there is something here. I do expect that there is something you're going to be illuminated about over the next 10 days or so. And I see that you're like, okay, I have to move on from this. This isn't working for me in the way that it is. Now, how you're moving forward in that manner, it's more about like, I am only going to focus on what I can control and work on keeping my side of the street clean. Okay, so if there is someone else involved in this, for some of you, you may be looking at a complete closing with someone, but it may not be necessarily that way. It could be closing in the way that you're participating in that dynamic. It could be the closing of yeah, it feels like the dynamic. Okay, it feels like the dynamic is what like, so new dynamics coming in. Now let's see this 10 of Cups in reverse. What is this 10 of Cups in reverse? Okay, we have again the 10 of Wands. So for some of you, home, family has been heavy on you, but there is relief coming in here. There's this like, oh, we need things to be lighter. And it does feel like there's been, even if there's been moments of this at least showing. There's like and for some of you, it's kind of a big healing moment. I don't know if your family's been going through it, or when it comes to your bigger dreams, something heavy has been weighing you down. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. I don't know. For some of you, I feel like you've been maybe procrastinating on doing the work that needs to get done, putting your focus where your focus needs to really be. Perhaps it has been pulled towards certain family members, your household. It could be also that, you know, perhaps you've even just been delaying on fulfilling bigger dreams and wishes of yours, right? Maybe because something else has been burdening down on you. I feel like that story for you is coming to a close. What's this Death card? Because you're struggling here to let go or move on. What's this Death card? Okay, Three of Swords. So there has been some pain. So you're holding on to pain, which is not good, fire signs. And again, it could be something that, you know, it's time to let go of that. Like, you know, sometimes we can get stuck in our own narratives and we continue to let them rule our now and our future. We have the King of Pentacles. So this could be, you could be dealing with an earth sign. This could be a boss. This could be someone who is perhaps more financially, someone you lean on or look towards. It could be a father. It could be, it could be someone who you depend on, perhaps even someone you trust. But there's some kind of, it feels like there's a separation or pain or disconnect here that you've been struggling with, and moving on from that pain has been hard. Okay. For some of you, I am getting that it's about really kind of going to another level of your own finances. So really struggling to let go of something so that you can pursue, whether it's something with career or business or just financial stability, that is much more stable for you. There's been something there too. What is this Page of Cups? We have the Hierophant in reverse. So you're definitely looking to do something different. something outside of the box, something not that you would normally do, or at least others would necessarily see. Your dream is possibly even part of a deeply more spiritual path in some cases, like you feel more spiritually connected to it. But again, it's a little outside of conventionalism. Nine of Cups in reverse. And I think this is something you've really wanted for a while. It's just been under delay for a really long time. And I would say that for some of you, you are even wondering if it'll ever happen. Well, I will say this, fire signs. It is requiring some movement on your part. You're somehow still connected to things in the way they've always been done, as well as what has been comfortable for you in the past. And this is going to create a little discomfort for you. Obviously, it's new. It's not something that you're used to. So just kind of keep that in mind. That might be part of the issue. Now, we have the Tower coming in here. So look, you're getting a shakeup. You are getting a shakeup. The Justice card in reverse. The Two of Cups. And the Sun card. Okay, so I would say overall, I feel like this is going to be a positive surprise and shakeup for you, but just keep in mind it may not present as that initially. Something that has not been fair for you, in a sense, feeling like it's balanced, possibly even legally fair. I don't know. But something that's maybe been out of balance or hasn't felt fair to you in regards to you and perhaps a contract that you have with another person. This could be romantic. It does not have to be. But I see that there's finally some clarity. The Sun is bringing, and again, that Sun conjunct Mercury on this eclipse is actually bringing in some information that's going to make everything more clear going forward. So this going to be a shakeup. Just keep in mind, it's going to surprise you at first. For some of you, it might just be a good surprise all around. But for others of you, it might take a little bit of before you get to the seeing the actual, because like the surprise as good, because we have the Hangman here in reverse. So this is now where you're like, oh, now I see. Oh, this is better for me. You know, sometimes we can get so ingrained in what we're used to that we don't really see the full possibility and expansiveness of something else when we're so used to looking at it from a particular angle. So something's going to shift there for you. Now, the Eight of Wands here in reverse. What is this? What is this Eight of Wands in reverse? Okay, we have the Hermit in reverse with the Knight of Swords in reverse. I would say there's something about something not moving forward that is irritating the shit out of you, fire signs, or someone else. It's like there's an antsiness here of like, all right, no more waiting, no more like trying to do behind the scenes or going in, sitting on my meditation. Cause like there's something about like, no, there's no like hoping, it's something's going to get sparked here. And the energy has to be brought outward. It cannot be contained inward anymore. What's this Six of Wands in reverse energy? And I would say for those of you who you're feeling this, it's going to be something that you've been stewing on. You're like, all right, I can't not say this anymore, which means it could come up as a blowout, like a blow up, which I will say Mars is getting ready to square Saturn. So that'll be at the beginning of September. Like, I think it's September 1st. Like, it's right after. So, all right. So the Six of Wands in reverse is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So you might be looking, it's time to start new ways of making money, or creating new streams of money, or maybe new resources. And I think you just haven't been necessarily feeling appreciated, or you haven't been exactly happy about how this has been going down. What else do we need to know about the Three of Cups in reverse? This could involve other people. There could be other people involved in this. It feels like a joint venture that has been paused. It feels like it's not just you. And for others of you, like, there's something about this where you're like, you're wanting to celebrate, you're wanting to bring in some more fun into your life. I think some of you have felt like a certain heaviness, and it's time to shift the energy again. Like, we're talking about this joy, right? And positivity, and feels like there's just been some sort of, for some of you, I'm picking up like an energy of a dampening on the dream, or a dampening on like, it's my turn or it's my time, like something along there. And just delaying the celebration of it, or getting to the point where you can celebrate kind of a success, because this is the Six of Wands in reverse. Like, there's something you want to be recognized for or feel good about, and it's been slowed down. So what's this Knight of Wands in your future? Okay, Ten of Cups in reverse. Like I said, it feels like, yeah, okay, you have the Two of Wands. So you're finally at this fork in the roads, and it's time to choose. You've been maybe delaying the big dream, delaying the thing that's going to like really like open your heart, make you feel very fulfilled inside, give you more sense of purpose than just, being successful at something. Like, this is something you deeply feel even soul ties to. So you're finally going to be taking action, and I do believe you're going to be choosing a path. So this fork in the roads that you've been at no longer is going to be a fork. You're going to actually choose and start walking that. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here, what's this Wheel of Fortune? We have the Strength card coming up, Leo energy. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. I think you might be sensitive around this. This could also be about your own healing abilities. Intuition could be coming up here, that is related to how you just haven't been able to shift things to move towards being able to express more of your intuition, or express more of your healing abilities, or even emotions here. And I think you're finally getting the courage to do that. I think you're finally getting the courage to do that. And I do feel like it's you that's turning the wheel. What is this Ten of Wands? Yeah, the Ten of Wands in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse. So there is an ending to things either not being clear, to things not moving forward, to Ten of Pentacles in reverse, to you moving towards something that would financially really kind of fulfill you. So again, like, it feels like for some of you fire signs, this is about changing the way you earn money, the way you make money. That could be career wise, it could be a business. And it could also just be delaying you being able to like start generating the money. Okay. For some of you, you may have even been holding off spending money, And I think that for some of you, you're ready, like, no, it's time to start investing into you, into your dream, into whatever it is that you want. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here, fire signs. So you are going to be seeing a shift here. I think there's going to be, again, with Uranus in Gemini, I think a lot of us are going to be having some surprising conversations or getting some interesting information that really shifts something for us. Okay. Something maybe from your community, maybe your siblings, really break the ice. I don't know. But yeah. So fire signs, if that resonated with you, let me know. And we will move on to earth signs. You guys are next. Let's shuffle you guys. All right. Oh, D. Carlson, you're in Sedona. Very nice. MMW. Okay, so that was spot on for you. Yeah, I know, Dennis, your neck. There's a lot of things that come out of the neck. All right. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's in store for you. Obviously, Taurus and Capricorns, you have a nice little sextile to this lunar eclipse, and you're trining the Sun and Mercury in Virgo there. Virgos, you're going to have a little bit of a tougher time, okay? Because you've got Uranus squaring you. And this full moon lunar eclipse is opposite you. I will say, ooh, we're getting rain. Yay. Virgos, when you have a lunar eclipse in your 7th house, which you do, and it's in Pisces, sometimes it can be eclipsing the actual person, like a relationship can come to an end, or the relationship is coming to an end in a sense of how it's been to maybe go to a new level. It's maybe getting the closure that it needed, or it's completing a story. But just something to think about. All right. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's in store for you. Again, Mary and I will be doing the full moon lunar eclipse podcast on Tuesday, and at 1 hour earlier than we usually do it. So it'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time. All right, let's find out what is the main theme of Earth Signs reading and what is the potential challenge. Dennis, spot on for you. Okay. All right, Earth Signs, what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge? Okay. The main theme of your reading, Earth Signs, is emergence. So creation, resurrection, magician. So there is something that you are trying to bring into form, into this actual reality, something that needs to, again, kind of come out of its cocoon. So either it's you trying to come out of your hiding or something that you've been working on is really kind of starting to emerge. And for some of you, again, like this idea of resurrection, something that maybe is coming back around to come forward. But again, with the Magician here too, this is about using your tools. This is about to really create something. It's the number 11, this card. Now, the challenge for you, the potential challenge is dreamscape, dream work, subconscious, and imagination. Also number 10. So it may be important for you to pay attention to your dreams, earth signs. You may want to be paying attention also to your subconscious patterns. Perhaps there's something subconsciously holding you back that's not allowing for something to fully emerge in the way that it has. And it may be a really good time for you to perhaps get a little more rest. So you have the energy for something to emerge. And you might also be getting certain key information, downloads, guidance from your dreams. Things might be happening in your dreams to help bring that. I know my dreams have been crazy these last few days. We're in the eclipse portal, so we get extra tired right now. Just in general, everyone, we're in an eclipse portal. So usually the energies can be very exhausting, tiring. It's a good time to kind of rest up. But let's kind of see where this is going for you exactly. Let's find out for my earth signs. What is the past? We need to know the past. You've got the 5 of Stars coming up. There's the Magician in reverse. And the Chariot. Okay. Coming into the current energies. Ooh, we have the 10 of Crystals in reverse. There you are, Queen of Stars, in the heart of your spread, earth signs. And the Moon in reverse. Something's getting revealed. I like that with the Emergence card as your theme. Let's see what else. What do we need to know about the future? Okay, we have the Emperor in reverse. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. We also have the 2 of Cups in reverse. Overall energy, Knight of Stars in reverse with the Fool card underneath it. Okay, earth signs, you may be dragging your heels. You may have been really needing to start something brand new, or at least, you know, you're in the process of like something kind of coming forward. Something is trying to emerge that is really taking you perhaps down a path you've never gone down before, which can create, you know, a lot of like hesitation for my earth signs, because you're very, you know, you're just more like, you're the slower sign. Okay. Your earth signs move a little slower. But I do believe things are going to be moving though. So this is good. Either it's been hard to move forward. Again, I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't know if you've been really tired, earth signs, or you've been needing rest, but something is finally ready to come forward. Now, again, for some of you, something's getting resurrected from the past. So just keep that in mind. Now, in the past, we have the 5 of Stars, the Magician in reverse, the Chariot. So I am seeing you kind of sad here, you know, like kind of focusing on what's not been working out for you, what things didn't come to fruition. Perhaps it was the plans that you had, the 5 of Stars, not the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Stars. So again, the 5 of Stars is more of like feeling alone, feeling left out, perhaps even going through some financial lack, circumstances that have put you in a place where you're feeling like you don't have enough. Perhaps it's enough resources, enough money. And I think you've been trying to change that, trying to turn that around. Whether it's like really kind of feeling left out on your own and trying to come back into something. But there is progress though, because it does look like you finally got some movement with the Chariot here. So things did start moving in a good direction where you were being guided. However, coming into the current energies, we have the Ten of Crystals in reverse, the Queen of Stars, and then the Moon. So I would say something that has been stressing you out is really getting taken off the table. Something that has been going on for a long time. It's giving you a lot of anxiety. It's been one of your bigger fears. And it's just it's shot your cortisol levels through the roof. Okay, air signs. And I see that finally closing out for you. In fact, I love seeing the Queen of Stars, which is the Pentacles, in the heart of your spread, because this is you. And you're looking good here. With this particular Queen of Stars, you have a bunny rabbit. So there's a lot of fertility. I think there's a lot of luck here. And I think there's an opportunity is what I'm hearing coming your way. Perhaps when it does come to money and resources or some sort of financial stability for you. The Moon in reverse is revealing something here. So something that was hidden, something you couldn't see, is finally going to be seen. I also want to say for you Earth signs, it does feel with the Queen of Stars here in the heart of your spread that you are reaching a new level of status. So whether you're being recognized, whether you're getting a promotion, whether you're being you're being seen, recognized in a new way where you're being looked up to, you're being appreciated. So there's something around that too that I'm picking up for you. Now, coming into the future energies, we have the Emperor in reverse, the Eight of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Cups in reverse. So for some of you, this could be someone very important to you, more of a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a man, but has more masculine energy, or had more of those leadership qualities, of like always driving things in the way that they see fit. This could be someone from your past coming around, just because we do have the resurrection here. So, and that could be something, perhaps someone that you had a hard time letting go of might be coming back around. For others of you, this could be a sense of where you feel kind of out of control. Perhaps just things feeling like you've been maybe not being able to take the wheel in the way that you've wanted. And really kind of perhaps needing to let go of the old ways of doing something that have kept you in those patterns. With the Two of Cups here in reverse, I get the sense that for some of you, this could be someone that you care about deeply if it does involve another person. But also, this is referring to something coming together, something fully merging forward. So there's a story here of finally feeling like two things becoming one. And it feels like there's been an ongoing story here. For some reason, I'm feeling that energy. And there's something about this that's coming up. So we're going to get a little more details when we go into the clarifier. So let's find out what this Knight of Stars in reverse is about. Okay, so yes, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. So it does feel perhaps you've been going through some self-sabotaging energy. possibly, or you've been feeling like you're constantly in this battle to perhaps make a new way of making money in new ways, bringing in some sort of it doesn't just have to be financial stability. This could be just more stability in general for you. Something that feels more rooted, grounded, something you can depend on. And so there might have been a new resource in that for you. And again, it's been a slow process, earth signs, whatever this has been. Very, very slow, like turtle speed at times where you're like, I don't even know if we're moving at all. In fact, might be even going backwards. Okay. That's how slow this has been. You've been trying to take this leap of faith. You've been trying to move forward in this new way. I feel like you're there now. Okay. I feel like something's breaking through for you in this arena. But I'm just kind of just trying to describe the energies of what's kind of coming up here. What's the 5 of stars? We have the Page of Cups. And the Moon. So you have been like feeling kind of left out in the cold, or really feeling not financially supported, okay, when it comes to this dream of yours. The Page of Cups speaks to our dreams, our wants, things like we sit there and we daydream about and we're like, oh, one day I want this. And it's been shrouded in darkness. Like you haven't been able to see the path out of this. Now, it might be just like this is a new hope or dream of yours. For some of you, this might even be a child, wanting a child. Or for some of you, a relationship of some sort, like someone that you've like cared for. But it does feel like if there was some kind of like something felt hidden around this, or was always like I don't want to say shrouded in darkness, because that's going to give off a different energy than what I'm feeling. It's more of like could never be fully understood. It could never fully become clear. Like it's just you couldn't see all the angles. Like that's the energy that I'm picking up from it. Whatever this was, whether it's a dream, a want, a desire, a person, a kid, I don't know. What is this Magician in reverse? Okay, we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. So you were trying really hard. You were really, using your tools. And I think you finally were able to make a choice to move forward. You got the Hangman here in reverse. So you also, earth signs, needed to see something differently. So something was kind of presenting one way, and then as soon as you started to see things in a different light or in a different manner, that's what helped shift movement for you here, that allowed you to start manifesting something, because you did get movement. You did decide to like move forward in a way on something. What is this Chariot card? Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse. This could be about a decision you delayed on. The Hierophant. This could be about you and another person. Could be romantic, could just be someone else that you're trying to work on something together with. That's very important. But I'm seeing a commitment. Okay, commitment's coming in here. A higher path is being taken. Finally allowing you to move forward in something that I think you've been wanting to move forward for in quite some time. Again, this may just be a decision that you've been wanting to make that just you kind of held back on, and finally you made a decision here and fully committed to it. At least in the sense of spiritually. What is the 10 of Crystals? Okay, we have the 8 of Wands. Wow, we have the Ten of Swords again on top of that. Let me pull one more card. So this is really something you've stressed over for a very long time. Finally getting, yeah, okay, we have the Eight of Cups. You're leaving it behind. There's something that's allowing you to move forward. This is good news too. The Eight of Wands can sometimes be really good news that's coming in. So you might be getting some good news on something that's been like weighing on you, stressing you out for a long time, but it's also allowing you to leave something behind that you've been needing to, you've been wanting to. You can finally walk away. You can finally say, okay, I'm done with this. Whatever it means, you know? And again, that's what I want to say with this lunar eclipse in Pisces. It really does feel like a particular story in your life is finally getting its close, and allows you to move forward, allows you to move on. There is a sense of relief coming in with this particular eclipse. What is this Queen of Stars? What is the Queen of Stars? Oof. Six of Wands. You are getting recognized. People are celebrating around you. There are people that are happy for something that you are. I don't know if you're making an announcement with this Eight of Wands over here, Earth signs, but you are reaching a new status. There's something about like your status changing, reaching a new level. Again, maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's a new relationship status with the Lovers card here. Maybe it's a something that puts you in a different way of being perceived by the public, that changes. But you're feeling real good about this. I see a really nice achievement. And I would say, look, you have the Five of Wands here, interestingly enough. So while there is all of this success and applause and celebration around you, there is also some drama. What is this Five of Wands? What's this drama? Oh, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. There's something you've been struggling. Again, it's not moving forward. Something about something new, some new stability, new money, new income, new something. It could be. Or for some of you, there is drama around something that has never moved forward. So it almost feels like these could be two separate things for some of you. So something I feel like might be coming back around. I feel for you guys. I don't know why it's got a little bit of a coming back from the past kind of energy in your reading, where something could be coming back that was dramatic for you, or created like conflict inside of you, or create a little conflict that never allowed you to fully move forward from something, or finally like say no to it and leave it behind. There's something about that that could also be coming through while you're celebrating some sort of success. So just kind of keep an eye out for that, Earth signs. What's this Moon? Because something's getting revealed here. Oh, well, we like this energy, Earth signs. We have the Lady Justice and the Empress upright. Two very Venusian energies, because Libra is the Justice card, which is ruled by Venus, and the Empress is Taurus, Libra, Venus. Oh, this could be about love. This could be about you finally like really stepping fully into something that you feel so good, like you've been working towards. This is what you wanted. This could be something that is also a legally binding contract for some of you with the Justice card here. Something is finally going your way. So again, you could be revealing, again, this could be you revealing something, Earth signs. I don't know if you're planning on revealing anything here about you. And it's really like, I'm getting a sense of like, you're feeling very loved up. Okay. You're feeling very loved up. And It's kind of almost like a pinnacle of your own success, but it's coming from a place of deep, authentic self worth. Like something that you've been working towards to get you to this point. It's not just about money, it's really about something that you've really shifted in how you value yourself, which is really speaking volumes to the change that is kind of coming forward here. So I don't know, like your emerging are signs. I think there's something about you that's emerging. And perhaps with this dreamscape, you may have had to keep some of this stuff hidden behind the scenes. This dreamscape card may be speaking to finally bringing it forward, and not keeping it hidden. That could be part of it here. What's this Emperor in reverse? Okay, look, I really feel like your past is coming back somehow. Someone from your past, I think, is coming back, or something about your past is kind of coming back. Now, you've got the Page of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles on top of the Emperor in reverse. I think it's someone from your past who's been watching you from the sidelines, probably a little curious, sees your success, sees what you've built for yourself, where you've gotten, by no help from them. Okay. So just beware, because I get the sense that this might be an energy that you're really needing to put behind you. Okay, so feels like there's a couple of things going on in this reading that are kind of coming up here. So what's this Eight of Cups in reverse? Yeah, the Six of Cups in reverse. It feels like this is someone from your past, or it's an energy that is tied in from past lives, okay, that has been hard for you to shake even in this lifetime. And you're needing to really let it go. You're really needing to let it go. And I don't know why, but there's some kind of closure around this that might be coming up for you, where you're going to finally feel yeah, we're done. I'm done with this. Whatever this means to you. Okay. Let me just see, what else is this Eight of Cups? Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. You're all about you. You are really focused on what you're grounded in. You're focused on your success. And I think it's really important, Earth signs, that you stay focused on you and the forward momentum that you're starting to build. Do not allow yourself to get pulled back into something that's emerging from the past or trying to be resurrected, unless it's fully supportive of who you're becoming, what you're building, and is not trying to latch on to something now that you've kind of gotten where you've gotten, just be kind of a little wary of that. What's this Two of Cups in reverse? You have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Swords. For some of you, I feel like someone's trying to rebuild something with you. Okay. And that's going to be up to you to decide if it really feels right. Again, I will say only rebuild with this person if the energy feels like it's truly supportive to you. Okay. And it feels genuine. For others of you, it just feels like whatever this is, you're going to have a very, almost like stern conversation or kind of lay down the law kind of energy with this Queen of Swords here, where it's like you can't mince words. You can't try to have a soft kind of, I don't know, like try to just skirt around it and just make sure everyone kind of comes out of this conversation happy. Like it just, no, like the truth needs to be told. And it's very important that the truth is told. I think you will understand true intentions when the truth is fully confronted. And you'll be able to decide if this is something that fully really needs to stay in the past, or it does deserve its resurrection. It's a second chance worth taking. For others of you, you've been in contract with someone. Again, does not have to be romantic, but there's been a contract of some sorts where the energy can rebuild, but it requires firm boundaries, and it requires like a roadmap of some sort that is well understood. So perhaps a renegotiation of an agreement for some of you. Okay, so Earth signs, that's my reading for you. Let me know if that resonated with any of you in the live chat. And we will move on to water signs. You guys will be next. All right, water signs, you guys are next. Don't forget, if you're just jumping in, if you missed the astrology part, go back. There's going to be some good information in there for you. And also, I revealed who the dream, clues to the person in my dream who came to me. Your higher self came to me. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Crystal Light Codes. Good to see you too, sweetie. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is your reading. Yeah, water signs. All right, let's find out what is in store for my water signs for the last 10 days of August, as we are in the middle of this eclipse season, in that eclipse portal of energies between new beginnings and endings. One more cut. All right. Hello, John. Good to see you. Hope everything is going well for you. Can't believe we're coming to the end of summer. It's been a long summer. I don't know. For us here in Colorado, it's been a hot, dry summer. All right. Let's find out, water signs. What is the main theme of your reading, and what is the potential challenge for you? What is the main, okay. And what is the potential challenge? How did I freaking know? I just knew. Okay. Water signs, the main theme of your reading is majestic eminence, number 27. And the key words here are priestess, divine feminine, and worth. So this may be about you really connecting to more of your own healing energies, of working with the more alchemical field, so to speak. But from a place where you truly know your value, you know your worth, understanding, like you're not minimizing what you can do, what your capabilities are. I don't know why I really want to go into the book for this particular one. I just want to see. The sublime, generous, and blessed divine feminine is to be honored and acknowledged. So this might be really about you acknowledging your own feminine energy more. So if you've been leaning more into your masculine energy, this is for you men as well. That perhaps this is really about leaning more into your intuitive, psychic energies, the parts of you that are more mysterious, that cannot just be contained or understood in one sentence or breath. It's about patience, love, and it's an inward journey. Okay. It suggests you need to balance the divine feminine. Now, interestingly enough, your challenge is the root portal. Okay, so the root chakra. Vitality, stability, survival, fearful. Perhaps you've been a little ungrounded. You may need to really ground your energies in order to capitalize on connecting deeply to these feminine energies. This is something we actually talked about in the podcast this week with Allison, which I thought was extremely important to hear. When you're really playing out here in these energies and really kind of working with your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities, or wanting to work more in this area, which is totally fine, right? It's great. We love it out here. But if you don't know how to ground yourself, you do end up creating a lot of chaos in this reality from playing too much out here and not grounding yourself here. So if things have been kind of going a little kind of chaotic, it's been creating a lot of disruption in your reality here, that might be something to pay attention to. Really important to ground yourself through the root. Find that stability and don't allow yourself to play out here while you're in a fearful state. Okay? Because that's going to for sure create some chaos. So let's kind of see where this is going with the tarot. Need some water. Okay. Oh, that's way too many. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands coming up in your past, and these, oh, there's two here. The Seven of Stars in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse. Coming into the current energies for my water signs. Haha. Okay, we have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Magician, there we have the King of Cups. There you are in reverse, ungrounded. We don't like to see that. Or perhaps avoiding your emotions or your intuitive capabilities. I'm already getting a very clear message here for you, water signs. Anything that you're wanting to manifest, to create right now, to bring into fruition, so important that you lean into your feminine energies, but through grounding. Don't forget the grounding element. Very, very important that you stabilize, because I'm seeing something getting created here for you pretty quickly if you can do that. What else is coming into the near future for my water signs? We have the 9 of stars, 9 of pentacles. The 2 of crystals. One last card for my water signs. There we go. Ooh, the Ace of Stars in reverse. Like I said, ground yourself. Star in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse. All right, there is something that you deeply want, okay? And it has felt like it is on hold. The universe has forgotten your delivery because the 9 of Cups is underneath it in reverse. This is something you really, really want, okay? Passionately, deeply. And again, like I said, it just feels like it's, I don't know, got lost in the mail somewhere and it has not been delivered to you. Now, coming into your past, you have the Ace of Wands, the 7 of Stars in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse. So it does look like there was a new spark, right? Possibly like an aha moment in many ways, but more of like, ooh, something's germinating, something's getting ready to birth. Like it's excitement, there's optimism. This could have even been in part for some of you, some spiritual awakening. But the Ace of Wands, like this new beginning where the fire is there and you're ready to start. The 7 of Stars in reverse is telling me, though, that you had to pull your energy out of something in order to do this. So, you know, something that you had invested a lot of your time and energy into, you were like, all right, I can't do that anymore, whether it was your choice or not. It's like you had to pull your energy away. And then with the Page of Cups here in reverse, I do feel too, like something that you deeply want also got buried in the process. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that because that's what I heard. Something that you deeply want got buried in that process. So coming into the current energies, you have the 4 of Wands in reverse, the Magician, and then the King of Cups in reverse. Look, it feels like you're either wanting to celebrate something, but it's delayed. You can't really. Perhaps this is about an important connection with a soulmate type of person in your life that feels like it's not moving in the speed that you want it to. It just either feels again like things are on hold or delayed, or there's just like it's slow, right? For some of you too, this might be like a contract. 4 of Wands can also be a contract that feels like it hasn't been solidified yet, or it's the renegotiation of one or the breaking of one even. But whatever this is, it feels like it's getting legs. That's what I just heard. It's getting legs. The Magician is you. It feels like you're going to start creating something or utilizing your tools. What's important is that you lean into more of your intuitive, psychic, emotional abilities, okay? Your feminine energies, leaning into the unknown, leaning into the space that is not seen, leaning into the mystery is going to be really key here for you. But with the King of Cups here in reverse, there is a part of you that's kind of pulled away from your emotions. Like you're not fully feeling it, or you're not fully letting yourself go in there deeply. And I would really take a moment to recognize when you do that, water signs, because you don't want to do that, because that's going to unground you. You really need to remember, is what I'm hearing. You need to remember your own mastery of your emotions and psychic abilities. That this is something that you can totally shift when you, interestingly enough, not necessarily put your mind to it, but ground it through your root. So any fears need to be really confronted and eliminated, and understand that they are not true. And you need to really hone in the energy as an anchor through your root chakra. Coming into your future energies, you have the Nine of Stars, the Two of Crystals, and the Ace of Stars in reverse. So this truly is showing me that you are absolutely having some sort of success here, okay? Like there's something where you're feeling really good about it. I don't know if you're trying to lean into some new independent success or wanting to feel um but like it feels like, yeah, you've got some sort of new independent success, or some could be financial for some of you, but you're feeling good about it. The problem is that you're also at a fork in the roads. So this fork in the roads, it's like, ooh, which way do I go? So it feels like there's an opportunity coming up, but you also like are going to have to make a decision. And with the Ace of Stars in reverse, for some of you, this could be about going back. It's a new way of making money or building stability for you, rooting something, creating new roots, but through an old way. And so interestingly enough, this is what's interesting about the South Node, okay? Like, because sometimes the South Node isn't just about releasing something, purging. It is also about a return to something familiar. So this could be about building a new way of something by returning to something familiar. Whether whether that's giving you financial stability, giving you a new source of income, giving you a new way to depend on something, create a new foundation, rooting something down. I would say water signs or something that you want to lean into that has been familiar to even psychically is what I'm picking up for you. So let's see where this is all going. Brooke, hello. Dynamite, hello. Good to see you. And I see you're getting a lot of rain. Yeah, I hear there's a lot of rain on the East Coast. Zero rain here until just this last week or so. Okay, the Star card in reverse. Star card in reverse. This is something you want. This is something you want. Water signs. What do we need to know about the Star in reverse? All right. You've got the 10 of Cups in reverse. This is, I mean, 9 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse, Star in reverse. My goodness, this is like the thing, the culmination, the pinnacle of your happiness that just feels like it's way out there and not right here, okay? Like it just feels like, again, I don't know why. It's like you put in the request to the universe and you were certain the delivery was coming and somehow it got lost in the mail. Like that's the feeling that I'm getting from this energy right now. Tell me more about the Star. Oops. Okay. We also have the Page of Pentacles coming in. So there is a part of this that's you're very new to, like you're learning the ropes. Whatever this is, there is some newer energy to this that is even making you feel a little green, okay? In a sense of like, wow, I thought I knew it all, but I don't. And I'm having to learn some of the ropes here in a new way. So that's kind of interesting. Let's see. What's the Ace of Wands? Okay, the Six of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So, yeah, I think there was this new spark, something to do perhaps with your psychic gifts, water signs, perhaps something to do with your intuition or your own healing abilities that was finally going to let you, perhaps it's about you getting paid for this, being finally like receiving money for that with the Six of Pentacles here. Or bringing in some sort of balance around it where it had been out of balance. Something had been out of balance there. Maybe when it was to you using your gifts, maybe you weren't using them in the way that you wanted to, or maybe it's time to use them in a new way. But again, it's also about being compensated for that. So what is this? I also want to say, I feel like for some of you, this is something that you were shown psychically when it comes to this new idea or this new beginning, this thing that's birthing that could again be about how you're going to make money at this or how you're going to be receiving through your own, through this, whatever this Ace of Wands was for you that was exciting. What's this Seven of Stars in reverse? Again, to do this, you had to pull some energy away. Interesting. You have the Hangman, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. You've invested a lot of energy into someone, perhaps a particular soulmate type of energy. For some of you, it's your kids. And for some of you, it's just something to do with your past. Something that was easy for you. You came easy. But there's also some kind of exhaustion from this, okay? That you realize I've got to look at things differently. So you may have had to like say, you know what? Something about this isn't working anymore. And really needing to look at it from a different way because you're like, I think it's time to pull my energy out of this. And it feels like you did, but maybe you were just thinking about it. But again, it feels like it would have been something that really came easy to you, but it also like it burdened you. It was heavy. There was a heaviness to it as well. Something that you didn't like about it. That you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, you know, like something like that kind of energy. What's this Page of Cups in reverse? Okay, you have the Three of Wands. And Six of Wands. So like really think you were having to kind of look at one of the bigger dreams that you've had for yourself that you haven't really been able to get traction around. You're kind of looking, okay, what is it that I want? What is it that will make me feel really good about how I'm going to be moving forward? And, you know, how I even want to be recognized. How do I want to be seen by others, you know, when it comes to this particular dream? And again, I think for some of you, this is about a child or children. So there could be a child involved for some of you here. What's the Four of Wands in reverse? Okay, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Cups. Something that you maybe have been waiting for, a blessing that perhaps you haven't been able to see as a blessing may now be revealing itself to you. Again, I think you're also questioning your own value because of something that's been delayed or put on hold when it comes to something that comes to like something you want to celebrate, a family celebration, perhaps a ceremony, or even a contract. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry. Addie needed to have dinner. She was getting hungry. Okay, so also I want to say there could be for some of you something around a job contract coming in. That again, you've been waiting on. That could be kind of coming in here too for some of you is what I'm seeing with the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. And then this Four of Cups. What's this Magician? Four of Swords. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. So again, I'm going to say this. Really important to use your psychic gifts, water signs. Lean into feeling, using your emotions to drive the energy, your ability to imagine, to visualize, but to also remove any fears out of the way. We got to clear the root chakra because I'm seeing that you're going to be going into, for some of you, this is about like resting, going inward and really allowing your psychic abilities to help you manifest something that you've been waiting way too long on the universe to deliver. Something's kind of coming finally. So what's this King of Cups? Again, this King of Cups in reverse. I just got to make sure that you are not holding back any emotions. Like, it's really important for you to feel. Okay, it's really important for you to feel. Don't bury any emotions. What's this King of Cups in reverse? Yeah, and as I say that, the Devil in reverse. Do not let things stay buried. Do not let things be unsaid or unfelt. Unexpressed may be the better word than unsaid. But also, I'm getting for you too, it's really important that you clear old emotional residue from your root chakra. That's something that just came through. So, and I'm saying this because it feels like something's trying to come in now, but there's something about that that's maybe gonna like, you need to make space, like the energy, in order for it to fully root in and to come in. Like there's something emotional that you got to clear through your root chakra that's old. It's tied to, I think, a fear or an insecurity. What else do we need to know about this King of Cups? Or it could be about someone you really care about who is not maybe being as emotionally available to you. Could be. Now, you also, on this King of Cups, have the Moon, the Hierophant in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so interesting. I think this is about sharing something you psychically get that is very unconventional, or it's about sharing something you psychically get about a commitment that has been delayed, going to a new level, whether it's spiritually, religiously, or just in a sense of taking a higher path. Something has to get expressed here. And if you've got any fears in the root chakra around this, you got to clear them, because that's what's going to help something move here too. Like, it's part of the process. What is the Nine of Stars? Yeah, we have the the Three of Swords in reverse. So it does look like something painful is finally kind of being put behind you. You're overcoming something. We have the Page of Cups here in reverse too. So something that you have been hurt over, or you've been struggling with, and it's been creating some pain for you when it comes to something that you've wanted deeply. Remember, this is like a wish of yours that perhaps it's like something that you do see that you want for yourself, that you want to be recognized as this is finally like you feel good about it. You're feeling successful. So it does feel like some of the difficulty is finally being put behind you. Again, I feel like this is a big theme for the lunar eclipse coming in. What is the Two of Crystals? Okay, you know that. There's you got Ace of Wands. So you know that thing that you're like excited about, or this new thing that you're trying to like birth. That again, it could be something about like you making money psychically or from your gifts. And again, it would maybe be in a new way, but you being, there's something about this that you're like at a crossroads on, or you're a little stuck on how to move forward. What else is this? Seven of Pentacles in reverse, but I don't think you're going to wait. So there is going to be movement around here. You're not going to wait. You're going to move. So the waiting is over, is what I'm hearing. What is the Ace of Stars in reverse? The Hermit. So this could be like, you could be there. For some of you, you might be doing some sort of guidance, spiritual work, helping people navigate things in their life could be part of navigate something, could be there, or that's helping you bring in this new form of money. Again, it's something that is somewhat familiar to you already. With this Ace of Stars in reverse, it does require some grounding. What else do we need to know about this? The Justice card in reverse. And it's going to feel like things have just not been fair for you in how things, like it just feels like this has been a process that has not essentially gone your way. But it does feel like you're going to be able to ground that now, but you've really got to clear that emotional stuff out of your root. Let me just get one more card on this. Yeah, we have the Lovers card. So things really coming together, finally making a decision. Perhaps it's you and another person coming together to build this. Oh my gosh, sorry. That was a big thing of thunder. Oh my God. Oh geez. So yeah, maybe it's a bang. Maybe it's like boom, like woo, it's happening. I don't know. Oh, jeez, my heart. Oh, okay. So water signs, I like it for you. I really do. The only thing I'm going to say is you've really got to lean into something to do with your emotions, your healing, your psychic abilities, your intuitiveness, and your feminine energy, right? That the idea of like what you can't see and what you maybe don't know, the mystery of things. And you've got to clear some emotional residue, something that you're insecure about, something that creates a fear when it comes to perhaps you and another person. Maybe it's about like emotional support. Maybe it's around maybe not knowing. Okay. But like there's something around there that needs to get cleared. But I do see you're getting movement here. I like it. And I do see possibly a contract coming in here, a new contract, something you've been waiting on for a long time is coming your way. Water signs. So yay. My hair is just all over the place here. All right. Water signs, let me know if that resonated with any of you. And of course, always come back to the comments and let me know how these readings turn out. I always like to see in the comments. And of course, if you're just here, hit the like button. Show me some love. All right. Air signs, you guys are next. Last but not least, let's see what's in store for my air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's in store for my air signs? Of course, I will say, Geminis, because Uranus is in your sign, you could be the one shaking up this eclipse, okay? You're the one who could be surprising, creating all the disruption or the breakthroughs or whatever it might be. But at least Libra and Aquarius, you are in a nice trine to that Uranus energy, so. All right. Let's find out, what is the main theme of air signs reading? What is the potential challenge? You love the confirmation. Okay, good. Yeah, that thunder. I mean, I love thunderstorms. They're my favorite, but that came out of nowhere. Okay, main theme of air signs reading and potential challenge. There we go. Okay. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen this card in this deck before. I don't think I have, which I love when this happens. Okay, so air signs. The main theme of your reading is attachment. It's the number 2. And it's about accumulation, defensiveness, and scarcity. Look at that dragon sitting on top of that chest of gold. I mean, we love our dragons, but so there might be something that you've been too attached to, and perhaps you're not able to let it go, because again, this eclipse, Aquarius, this might really be for you because Pisces is your resource money sign for you. But there's, again, staying attached to something because you're afraid of losing something, or you think if you don't have it, you're without. I don't know if you've been defensive or feel the need to be defensive over something. I don't know if you feel the need to defend something. But I don't know. I also am getting the sense that for some of you, this might be about time. So it's like you've spent a lot of time doing something, being in something, committing to something, and to like walk away from it would feel like a loss on your end. So like you're staying there. So just kind of something to think about. Now, the challenge is the solar portal, the solar chakra, number 36, being centered, balancing power and manipulation. I would say that it's really important to know who you are, to really be in tune with your own authentic nature. And in a sense of like, what is it that you really want? I do get the sense that for some of you air signs, you may be attached to a situation and there may be some manipulation that is controlling that. So I don't know if you're being manipulated in some kind of way and that power needs to be restored on your end. Whereas in a sense that you really do need to find like your center. Okay, so we'll see. We're gonna see where this is kind of going more with the cards. Let's see. What do we need to know about the past for my air signs? If I do remember correctly, air signs, there felt like there was something from last reading that I don't know if you had to deal with someone like clearing out some toxic energy or negative energy or something. Okay, we have the Page of Wands coming in. We also have the Four of Stars, like I said, holding on. If there's any card that really emulates this scarcity, defenseman, attachment, accumulation card, it's this card right here. Holding on. And then the Five of Stars being without. Worried about like something being withheld from you or not having it. Interesting. Okay. Coming into the current energies. All right, we have the Six of Stars. The Seven of Stars in reverse. I love seeing this card in the heart of your spread. Air signs, considering what the energies we've been dealing with here. Okay. What else do we need to know about the current energies? The Five of Cups. Coming into the future. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Eight of Wands upright. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. Overall energy, the Lovers in reverse, Six of Crystals in reverse. All right. Look, for some of you, there might be someone in your life where this is someone where you feel very attached to, might not be the healthiest relationship. It does not have to be romantic just because the lovers are here. Although it could be. This could also just be you are attached to a decision you made in the past and you're having a hard time realizing it's not working out anymore for you, or it's time to perhaps move on from that decision because it's keeping you stuck in a pattern you need to get out of. That's probably the bigger overarching theme of your reading. Because the Lovers is Gemini, it's about a decision, it's choice. It's one or the other, right? It's the sign of duality. Now, in your past, you have the Page of Wands, the Four of Stars, and the Five of Stars. Look, I think there was some excitement. There was maybe some good news here. Something felt optimistic. Something felt right. But there's also this holding back energy with the Four of Stars here, this inability to let go, to release. It's like you're holding either your cards tight to your chest, or there's something about, I don't know if you have to financially invest in something that you're not maybe willing to do because of this good news, like that came in, like I don't know, like it's also causing you to hold back in some way. With the Five of Stars, this is again, it's financial lack, right? Like it's like, or feeling like if you do decide to let go, like will you be alone? Will you feel isolated? Will you feel left out in the cold? Will you feel without? There's that energy there. coming into the current energies, we have the 6 of stars, the 7 of stars in reverse, and the 5 of cups. Look, I think that you're going to be receiving a gift, or you're receiving an offer or money that does require you to say sayonara to something else. Okay. In order to say yes to this, you have to say no to that. And again, this is about choosing. Okay. And I think that you are torn between knowing that, yes, one thing looks really good for you, but there again, you might be so attached to this thing, even though you have to, like, it's not right. You have to say goodbye to it, or you have to let it go, or its time is over. It's no longer helpful to you or beneficial to you to remain in this energy or circumstance, whatever it might be. With the 5 of cups here, you might be disappointing someone. You might be making someone sad. And it might even just be that there's an overall a sense of grief here for you, that there does feel like a loss. But that's only because you've been so attached to something for so long. I also do see that if you're still kind of wavering between these two energies, you are focusing on what's going to go wrong versus everything that could go right. And I would highly suggest you shift that energy if you find yourself here, air signs. Going into your future energies, the Queen of Cups in reverse, the 8 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. I think, you might be in your feels, air signs. You may, even though you're not the most, in the feels kind of people. Not that you don't have emotions. I'm not saying that. But I think you're going to be in your feels for a little bit. Okay. I think you're making a big move where it's something you've needed to let go of. You're finally going to say, enough. All right. And when you do, things are going to move really quickly for you. Things are going to move really quickly. And with the Knight of Wands here in reverse, this could be that an energy from the past comes in to help, that helps bring in like some excitement, some creative energy. But it also could just be like this energy that comes in briefly and then dips out and comes back in. Like it's not fully stable, but it's helpful, but it's coming in, So take advantage of it while you can, is what I want to say. Let's see where this is going. We'll go a little deeper into the clarifiers. What do we need to know about the Lovers energy? What do we need to know about the Lovers? Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. I really feel like you are focused on you, air signs. This is about like your time, your success. And you got the 3 of Swords here too. And I don't know why, but there's something that's caused you a lot of pain, a lot of heartache. And for some of you, it may really be like, if this is a person you're in a relationship with, for some of you, it might be time to be single. This is definitely single energy. For others of you, this might just even be about separating from. So maybe this has nothing to do with like a romantic type of relationship. This might just be about like really putting separation between you and another person so that you can just focus on your success. And it could even be that this is about you getting yourself out of a situation. Okay. I want to pull one more card for the Lovers in reverse. Can I get one more card? Yeah. Queen of Wands. So you're feeling you're going to be really confident about this, even though there's been all this attachment. I think there's some excitement around here. You may even have someone around you that's really helping you, like spurring your confidence, like really giving you like that. I don't know. They're cheering you on. They're showing you, they're making you optimistic. They're helping build your optimism, build your excitement for what it is that, that you're finally going to say yes to. Now, like I said, feels like you have to say yes to something. You say no to something in order to say yes to something, or it's like there's like a choice here. What's this Page of Wands? Ooh, the Star. Okay, so you got good news about like a big dream of yours, a wish, something really big that you want. Ace of Wands here in reverse, but there's some hesitation around starting it, like really getting it going. Why? What's this Four of Stars? Temperance. You're trying to balance something. You're trying to maintain, but okay, you have the Empress card here. What else is being, what's this? Yeah. The six of swords again in reverse. You're trying to like find the like you're holding back on something. You're not fully like leaning into it because on one hand you're like, yes, you know, this is exactly what I've been wanting. This is so like, this would be everything to me. And at the same time, you're also trying to balance a situation you know is not good for you. Okay. Or a circumstance or an energy. There's something here where you're like, oh, but I'm stuck in this pattern and I can't break it. And I haven't like, there's something like that kind of going on here. What's this Five of Stars? You know, something has to come to a close with the World card. And you know, it's time to focus on a big achievement of yours. Six of Cups. I think you might be dealing with someone from maybe your childhood. You might be dealing with someone who feels like you've got a strong past with. There's like a sense of good times and bad times, you know, like sometimes like when it gets really, when the pain of the choice starts to really kind of come to your, like come to the forefront where you have to choose, you tend to lean into like the good times more. There might even be children involved for some of you in this. It's making it difficult. For some of you, you're actually thinking like, I don't see how I win. There's always going to be a loss in this. Like it's impossible for both sides to win. Like someone's going to be a loser in this. And I want to say if that's what you're thinking, air signs, do not go into that. Like I'm really getting, it's really time for you to focus on you. What's the Six of Stars? And to also know that something that looks like it can't be a win right now for all parties doesn't mean that it can't be in the future. Again, I'm feeling you got to shift something. And again, there might be a power dynamic that needs to shift. And I get for some of you, you see things that way because someone's got a power over you. You know, you've given away your power. What is this Six of Stars? Okay, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. I like this. So I do, yeah. Okay, the Four of Swords in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse. You are breaking free of a situation that involved you and another person or other people. There's a little bit of anxiety around it, but you're also like, the reason why you're able to do this is because you're receiving something. There's an offer coming your way. It could be money for some of you, but there's a blessing, an offering coming your way that you're receiving that's allowing you to get out of a situation that's a lot of conflict or drama. But it's also about like cutting ties, you know, like there's a sense of like, yeah, you have to like, you can't build that anymore. What's the Seven of Stars in reverse? The Four of Cups. We have also the Nine of Wands and the Six of Pentacles coming in here. So it's like, it's time. Yeah. It's like you're trying to balance out the, you're so close to what it is that you want. Like you've been working really hard towards this thing, and it does feel like it's finally coming your way. You've been waiting for it. But you also know that you have to also pull your energy out of a situation that you just haven't been happy in, or a situation that you haven't been happy with. Um, and it does feel like you're there. Like, and you know it's time. Uh what's this? Yeah, Eight of Wands in reverse. So this Five of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, you're putting a full stop to something you've had a lot of anxiety over. This has caused you some sleepless nights. So you're going to finally like, okay, no, I'm not going to focus on the negative. I'm going to focus on things that I am building for myself, what I can. It's time to let go. I need to release. And it does feel like you're stopping the anxiety, you're stopping the grieving of what was, so much that you lose sight of what will be and is becoming. Let's look at this Queen of Cups, because again, it does feel like you're going to be in your feels here. Air signs, what's this Queen of Cups in reverse? Ace of Cups in reverse. I feel like you've been involved in something for such a long time that this new thing, yeah, you've got the Three of Cups. Like, it's exciting. You want this. You really want this. There's something that you're going to be celebrating. It brings new joy into your life. There's a sense of lightheartedness and happiness that's coming in. And at the same time, you're still a little stuck in the old energies here, but it's okay because you're feeling it, but you're moving through it. Like, you're not just dwelling in it. You're moving through it. So that's what's okay. And I do see these new opportunities that are coming in that are exciting, that I think you've been pushing off because of another situation that you've had a hard time saying no to, or letting it close out, like saying, no, okay, I can't do this anymore. Eight of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Two of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. There you are. You are having a full-blown conversation, okay? Or you're making a decision and you're going to get very, very clear about what it is. The boundaries are very well defined. You're moving forward. You are not going to linger anymore in this old energy. And you're also not going to be pushed around, air signs. It feels like you're digging your heels in and at least standing your ground. And you know exactly what needs to be said as well as maintained for you to move forward and feel good about things, so that you're not stuck in the past anymore, or whatever this old energy is. What's this Knight of Wands in reverse? Yeah, the Chariot. This is definitely something you're moving forward with. And I do feel there's an excitement of energy. An old energy is coming in that's exciting. It's a little spontaneous. But it's definitely moving you in the right direction. It's taking you where you want to go. But it might be a little like touch and go for a little bit. So really capitalize on it when it's there, because it might like... Knight of Wands energy in reverse can sometimes, like, it'll burn brightly and then it'll be gone for a bit, and then it'll burn brightly and then it'll be gone for a bit. So like, make hay while the sun is shining when you can with this energy, if it's someone coming in to help you or what. But what else do we need to know? Seven of Wands in reverse. You are no longer defensive. You are no longer needing to stand your ground. You are moving forward. I love this. Like, you're putting the battle energy behind you. So whatever like makes you have to like defend yourself or like fight for something, it's like, no, you're putting that behind you. You're not going to have to prove yourself. You're not going to try to necessarily defend something that you shouldn't have to defend. You're moving forward. You're kind of, you're saying yes to something that's important to you. I think it's really important, air signs, that you really stand firm in your own power, that you're going to need to really hone in on your courage to do this. But it's really going to pay off for you. And I do get the sense that you're ready and that you want this now. Like you do see that it's time. So, air signs, that's my reading for you. Let me know if that one resonated with you. Yeah, you guys have had a couple of I don't know what's going on with air signs the last 2 readings, but you're getting free of some kind of energy that's kind of been causing some issues for you at the minimum. But it does look like you're finally getting those issues put behind you. So we like that. Don't forget, if you're coming in late, go back and re-listen to the astrology so you get a deeper understanding of what this lunar eclipse is. And of course, my dream. Okay, the dream that I revealed. There's some interesting little clues in there for you. So, guys, I love you. Of course, don't forget the 180 retreat, the 3-day 180 retreat is 4 weeks away. We've got 8 people who've already said yes. We are in a group chat with those 8 people, and we are already getting the energies built up. People are already getting breakthroughs for what's coming ahead of them at the retreat, already getting downloads, insights, intuitive messages. So the magic is already afoot. And if you would like to play in that magic with us here in Colorado, September 17th to the 20th, we would love to have you join us. So fill out an application in the link below for the 3-day 180, and we'll see you there because we're going to be having some fun journeying going to be going on. Okay. We've got some fun stuff to play with, and it's going to be a very magical experience. Very, very magical. All right. I love you guys. Have an incredible weekend, and see you guys next week on the podcast.